there is something quite pleasant about the Ritz. The treatment of the headlights is quite smart. The grille though is even nicer looking. It stretches from the typical Suzuki layout well into the bumper, almost like the handsome grille that the Audis wear. The Ritz looks tall yet meaty from the side. The glass line looks quite sporty as it tapers up and the roof tapers down. I think Suzuki's designers found inspiration in Renault's designs for the rear. Thankfully, the protruding bumper isn't overdone. Overall, the Ritz is quite an eye-catcher and will appeal to the tastes of the majority of Indian buyers. But things are a lot better on the inside. You get premium bits like a two-tone dash. Then there are the cool oval air conditioning vents, which are standard. The instrument cluster is a stylish yet simple single-speedo display with telltale lights around it. There are some nice stowage spaces on the dash and even under the front passenger seat. The gear lever has been moved to the center console, which also houses the integrated music system. You could also install the optional touchscreen music system at your Maruti dealership.
On the inside of the Ritz, there's one thing I really like, and that's the seating position. You have a great commanding view of the road ahead. It feels nice and high, and for the shorter drivers, the seat height adjusts, so you can jack the seat up and get an even clearer view of the road. And then you have steering tilt adjust to fine-tune your driving position even further. So that makes things quite comfortable in here.
The higher variants have ABS and airbags on offer too.
And Maruti have raised the seats up in the Ritz so that there's more thigh support, automatically gives you more knee room, and then on top of that the glass area is also bigger, so it doesn't feel claustrophobic, it feels nice and airy and spacious.
Now to power your Ritz, you have the choice of a diesel engine or a petrol engine. The diesel is the now familiar 1.3 turbo diesel unit from Fiat, which we have seen earlier in the Swift and the Dzire. The engine has now been tweaked to meet the upcoming BS4 emission norm.
I'm driving the all-new 1.2 litre motor. This one is from the K family. It's a really peppy motor. It loves to be revved. It's quite quick.
With the Ritz, Maruti is trying to strike a precarious balance between pleasing the driver and the backseat passenger.
Thanks to the new stiffer chassis on the Ritz, the suspension can be set a lot softer, so the ride comfort is better. It feels very nice and comfortable over even broken surfaces. And the other thing is, for India, the ground clearance has been increased to 170 millimeters, which is about 30 millimeters more than in Europe. So does the Ritz make sense? Well, we think it does. Not just because it looks good from the outside, it's also because it's nice on the inside. It looks good. It's got better space than the Swift. It's got a good choice of diesel and petrol engines. It's got good ride quality, and on top of that, competitive pricing will always make it a runaway hit from Maruti Suzuki.
आवाज ओवरड्राइव में आपका स्वागत है। मैं हूं जॉयनील मुखर्जी। यही है मारुति सुजुकी रिट्ज। लुक, स्टाइल और स्पोर्टीनेस के मामले में ये कार स्विफ्ट की तरह है, लेकिन इंजन के मामले में रिट्ज का पेट्रोल वेरिएंट न्यू जनरेशन वाला है। इसके डिजाइन की बात करें तो मारुति सुजुकी की सबसे पॉपुलर कार स्विफ्ट के बेस पर ही डिजाइन किया गया है। डैशबोर्ड को यूजर फ्रेंडली डिजाइन किया गया है। इसके कंसोल पैनल में स्पीडोमीटर को क्लासी लुक दिया गया है, जो ए स्टार से काफी मेल खाता है। इसके स्टीयरिंग व्हील डिजायर से मेल खाते हैं, जिसमें ऑडियो कंट्रोल सिस्टम भी दिए गए हैं।
सिटी ड्राइविंग में रश आवर में चलाने के लिए बहुत ही अच्छी है, इससे कोई दिक्कत नहीं होती है, काफी अच्छी इंजन है। इसके अलावा इसकी गियर बॉक्स भी बहुत ही बेहतरीन है। इसकी गियर शिफ्ट क्वालिटी बहुत ही स्लिक, बहुत ही प्रिसाइज है, एंड आई रियली लाइक ड्राइविंग दिस कार।
सुरक्षा के लिहाज से इस कार में एयरबैग्स, ABS यानी एंटी ब्रेकिंग सिस्टम जैसे फीचर भी दिए गए हैं। इसके पेट्रोल इंजन में 1.2 लीटर का K12 इंजन लगा है जो 85 bhp की पावर देता है और माइलेज 1 लीटर पेट्रोल में 17 किलोमीटर। इसमें लगा है K12 पेट्रोल इंजन बेहतर परफॉर्मेंस के साथ आवाज भी कम करता है क्योंकि इसे एल्यूमिनियम से बनाया गया है। साथ ही इस सेगमेंट में ब्रिट्स पहली यूरो 4 कार है। डीजल इंजन चाहने वालों के लिए इसका डीजल वेरिएंट भी है जिसमें 1.3 लीटर का डीजल इंजन लगा है जिसकी पावर है 75 bhp। ब्रिट्स का डीजल वेरिएंट 1 लीटर पेट्रोल में 21 किलोमीटर की माइलेज देता है, लेकिन ये टेस्ट कंडीशंस पर ही लागू होते हैं। सिटी ड्राइविंग के लिए ये गाड़ी काफी बेहतर है क्योंकि इसको खासकर शहरी युवाओं को ध्यान में रखकर बनाया गया है। मुंबई में पेट्रोल वेरिएंट की एक शुरू कीमत है 4,37,000 रूपए से 5,02,000 रूपए और डीजल वेरिएंट की कीमत है 4,80,000 रूपए से 5,34,000 रूपए।
Welcome to Overdrive. I'm Shireen Bhan. Now, Maruti Suzuki has dominated the Indian hatchback market, but finds out if the Ritz actually has something more than what Maruti consumers are already used to.
The Ritz is stylish and articulate. It's based on the same platform as the Swift. Yet, visually, this car looks very different from the Swift. From the outset, the Ritz looks far more practical and urban. Visually, it may not look larger, but it is.
Here's another reason why I said the Ritz may be priced higher than the Swift. For one, it's taller, but it's also longer than the Swift. So essentially, what you get is more headroom. You also get more knee room. And then the interiors of the Ritz also feel a bit more luxurious than the Swift. What I really like about Maruti is that despite all their cars being priced so closely, no two cars feature the same kind of interiors. They're all very different yet very unique and individual. They may share several components, for instance the steering wheel, which you'd also see on the Swift and the SX4, but then everything else is very different. I love this pseudo carbon finish kind of plastic. Maybe plastic, yes, but it looks very nice and it all fits in very well. But the one thing that I really admire in this car is that Maruti has decided to put the tachometer on the dashboard because that's where I look when I'm shifting gears and not at the speedometer. Even though that's a very nice looking unit.
The engine feels peppy and rev happy. Throttle responses are sharp. Right from the time you step on the pedal, there is enough torque generated to zip ahead at traffic lights or cruise comfortably in the city in higher gears and at low RPM.
The suspension of the Ritz was specially tuned for India. The ride quality is very comfortable and handling is also very good. It tracks a straight line, there are no theatrics, no fuss that it makes, and it feels very confident and assured.